Hey, you. It's another beautiful day. Let's watch some stuff.
And the illegal black budget is the big one because that's how you're building these man-made UAPs. If you look at it, it's a very simple. I'll give people an analogy and bring this down to earth. Let's say that the government, we the people, are being billed $2 billion a copy for the B-2 stealth bomber. In reality, it probably costs around 150 million a copy. The other 1.8 or so billion goes through the back door onto unsanctioned and unapproved projects. And so we have done a very careful analysis of this. And there are many departments and agencies in the government that have, in fact, had money, it is frankly embezzlement, without the knowledge and approval of the Congress or the White House to go into these illegal projects.
That's why I always think it's funny when I hear about these multi-hundreds of millions of dollar jets, going down. I'm just like, really? Hundreds of millions of dollars per jet. Makes a lot of sense. Hey, thanks so much for stopping by today. If you're having a good time, please hit that like button and consider subscribing. And then come back tomorrow because I'm making a new video every day.
So we'll have to prepare for the next one. That, I'd say will get attention this time.
There was a lot of interesting body language along with those words. That was crazy. It also sounded like a threat. So, yeah, I understand why people would think Bill Gates is behind this stuff.
Guys, we're inside Tesla Model 3. Check it out. Nice, beautiful, big iPad kind of screen. Look at that sunroof. It's slightly tinted. That's nice, so it won't burn your head, hopefully. But more importantly, I've got right here 2 EMF meters. I know a lot of people have been asking, A, how much EMF is pumping here? And, oh. So it's at 50 to 100. I was hoping it would be less. That's 100, and you got 100 in the cabin here, everywhere. It goes out to about, it's 100. It's just 100 everywhere, basically, in this car, and it's on, but you're not driving. It's everywhere actually. 75 back here, so it's buzzing at the moment. I don't know if maybe this is a demonstrator one. It goes up to 150 over here.
Try this over here.
Alright, so we took a test drive yesterday. We were wiped out, yeah, and I did get a headache afterwards. But I was saying it was because we were wiped out. Yeah, so this is like, you got a big mobile phone just constantly around you.
Now, I've been learning that it is actually a pretty common belief that we all vibrate at a certain level. And it's in tune with the harmonics of the earth, right? So everybody has their peak vibration level, their harmonics, right? And these particular vehicles, these electric vehicles, are emitting these EMFs, which disrupt everybody's vibration. And if you are in tune with your own vibration, you realize it and you recognize it more than, myself, because I'm not in tune with my own vibration. A lot of people are. And these electric vehicles are causing problems because of the EMFs that they are emitting. So it's no wonder why there are so many issues in California. We have the highest number of electric vehicles per capita out of the whole United States. I think it's like 1,100 per 100,000, something like that. So that's like 1.1 per 100 people. That's a lot. And it's super concentrated in these cities. And there's a lot of issues in these big cities, right? So yeah, makes a lot of sense. The first time I saw this video was actually like a week ago, and I was just like mouth open the entire time, like, this is what's happening now. And of course, this is what's happening now. I mean, they learned to do all kinds of crazy stuff with these drones. Why can't they put some technology in them to make them realize there's something there? I need to move. Duh. But then Jerry brought it up, and I started looking into it, and then I found this.
That skill is all AI. It's flying itself. Its processor can react 100 times faster than a human. The stochastic motion is an anti-sniper feature. Inside here is 3 grams of shaped explosive. This is how it works. Did you see that? That little bang is enough to penetrate the skull and destroy the contents.
So that felt a little too movie-like for me, and I did some research, and that was in 2017. It wasn't as a proposal, but it was like, this is what we could do. So I guess it was like a proposal to a proposal, but it became like viral. Like it went huge. People are like, yeah, this is happening. They're called slaughter bots. I love it. And then they were like watching at the UN and all of these other places like, yeah, this is what we can possibly do. So that was 7 years ago. So it wouldn't surprise me if very shortly after that, this came to fruition. So we probably do have those, which is kind of cool. A little scary. But wait, there's more.
Chinese drone swarms coming to an airspace near you. This is China's drone swarm machine, capable of launching 48 kamikaze drones in a single salvo, and the drone canisters can be fitted to a helicopter as well. The drones exit the canister pneumatically, with the canisters deploying a parachute for ground safety. The drones are said to have 40 minutes of battery and can be controlled in a swarm using a HUD display, arguably more effective than an MLRS.
Sometimes the advancements in technology scare me a little bit. I mean, I love science and I love the way that things are advancing the way that they are, but then you see the dark side of it where it's being weaponized, and it's just, it gets a little scary and it's a little concerning, and you never know who has what, because this is just what we know about, right? We don't know so much more, and we won't know until it gets used on us, or until we use it on somebody else. So it's just technology sometimes, our advancements get a little scary.
Biden's administration just changed the course of history forever with this decision. Today, the US and Saudi Arabia just ended a 50-year petrodollar pact. Anyone who's unaware, the US had a monopoly on trading oil, meaning anywhere in the world, if you wanted to buy or sell oil, it had to be using US dollars. And since we got rid of the gold standard back in the 70s, meaning that our money is no longer backed by gold, it was backed by oil. It's kind of the reason that we went to war and set up so many proxy wars around the globe, was to threaten people and make sure they were using oil and that we had access to it. Not anymore. Going forward, thanks to the decision that was made today, Saudi Arabia will be diversifying its current approach to selling oil, financially cutting ties from the United States. So Saudi Arabia alone only makes up around 12% of the global oil production. However, if you go ahead and look at this, you'll see that Iraq makes up 5.3%, Russia makes up 13%, and the United States is sitting in first place place at 14.5%. Now, Russia, thanks to its invasion in Ukraine, we don't do business with Russia when it comes to oil production. So Russia is already not using the United States dollar. So now, including Saudi Arabia, we're up to 25% of global oil production not being included in the US dollar. Saudi Arabia is also one of many countries in OPEC, which produces in total 40% of the global oil. Cool. All right. What does this actually mean, though? This means two things, and you need to pay attention because it dramatically impacts you directly. It means that the United States dollar is going to depreciate in value because less countries are going to need to purchase it in order to buy oil. What does it mean when the dollar depreciates in value? It means that your purchasing power with the dollar goes down. What does that sound like? It sounds like a whole lot of inflation coming. I want to be very clear, the inflation's not going to come immediately. The inflation's going to take years to come. It's not like you're just going to go to the grocery store and have to pay $5 a pound for chicken. $10 a pound for chicken. That will be a few years from now. What will happen pretty quickly, though, is the price of assets are going to go through the roof. And by quickly, I mean over the course of a couple years, okay? These things do take time. There's a whole lot of other factors at play here, but depending on who you ask, this could mark the beginning of the end of the United States being the superpower.
I thought it was super funny how he went $5 a pound per chicken, $10 a pound per chicken, because chicken's ridiculously expensive already. But either way, that sucks. This just happened a week ago, so we're gonna have to watch out for this. This is bad news, right? Unless something happens, there's a new deal struck, or if Trump becomes president, he did say, in his agenda that he wanted to drill, baby, drill to relieve our dependence upon foreign oil. So perhaps, something will even out. I don't know. Theoretically, the future hasn't happened yet, so let's just keep an eye on it and see what happens.
Why is red night vision referred to as demon vision? A while back in the Vietnam War, some testing was being done on red night vision, the earliest of its kind being used in active combat, and some soldiers reported with that night vision being able to see demons through the tubes. Shortly after this, the red coloration was discontinued from night vision, and we switched over to green and white phosphorus. It can't be confirmed, but some people say that the move away from red night vision is specifically because red night vision might let you see demons. Since that point in time, red night vision has pretty much gone missing. You can't find it, you can't buy it, and some people even question whether it really existed in the first place.
I just learned about this in the last couple days, and it totally blew my mind. And I got crazy excited because if you've been with me for a while, then you know how much I love talking about trans-dimensional light beings. Right? So if you don't know, let me explain really quick because I love it. I personally don't believe in ghosts and demons, but I do believe that there are beings that live outside of our spectrum of vision. So we can only see so much light, right? We have a very, very small amount of the light available to us that we can see. So there are potentially beings living outside of our vision, our spectrum of vision, So I believe that these beings are tinkering with the light spectrum, whatever, trying to get over into our side. And that's how we see, apparitions or demons or ghosts or whatever. All right? That's my belief. And I'm sticking to it. And these red night vision goggles, perhaps we're allowing them to see this happening, right? And it was like increasing the ability to see into this other spectrum of light where these other creatures live. These other beings live. I shouldn't call them creatures. They're beings. They're alive. They're there. But we weren't allowed to do that. We're not allowed to do that. For why, I don't know. But that's cool. That's cool.
Soldier 2025 is a US research and development project to create an advanced high-tech combat uniform for US infantry. It allegedly contains nanotechnology embedded within the fabric, allowing for chameleonic camouflage and liquid armor. The liquid armor is a mix of polyethylene glycol, nanoscale glass particles, and Kevlar, acting as a type of chainmail with superior flexibility. There are internal sensors monitoring the thermal environment, harmful chemical signatures, or if the soldier is injured, and works alongside built-in medical equipment. It provides situational awareness using mounted cameras, vision aids like night vision, sound detectors for 3-dimension audiological hearing, and face visors with heads-up displays to show maps, fellow troop movements, and other intel. Real-time communication is built in, allowing soldiers to hear one another and receive orders directionally from superior officers. There is an internal respirator, negating the need for gas masks. Finally, there is an exoskeletal structure on the legs that permits the soldier to carry 2 to 3 times their body weight without hindering speed, mobility, or endurance.
Wow. That's pretty ambitious. That's a lot of technology going into our military. I wonder how much they're telling us this is going to cost. I want to thank Jerry Howard for all of the recommendations today. If there's a topic that you'd like me to cover, please let me know down in the comments and I'll do my best to get it in an upcoming video. Thank you so much for sharing your time with me today. Come on back tomorrow. We're going to watch some new stuff. I'll say different things and it's going to be fantastic. Until then, have a wonderful day.